It should be, yeah, but that's why it should go farther, because it's this long projectile.
What if it's global? It's just like a really slow projectile.
And you hear it globally, you hear the globally. That sounds kind of cool.
Yeah. I actually don't even think that's OP at all.
I don't either. But then again, we've had a lot of comments when we talk about these things that we should not balance Dota, which is probably correct.
Well, it's funny because and I've said this so many times, because a bunch of stuff that I have said obviously has not come in the game, but a lot of it has. And when I talk about them before they're put in, like that's a stupid idea. And then instantly when it's put in, no resistance. They just have faith that it's fine. Nobody really has an open mind is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
We're all sheep in this world.
Who are the wolves of the world?
The wolves are the oligarchs.
Okay. Jesus.
That's right.
That's not wrong.
We have Liquid versus Fnatic game 1. As we said, Fnatic with a 3-5 record, I believe. No, 4-6 record. Liquid are 4-4, so played slightly less, but they are technically tied in wins for a top 4, which means upper bracket. So pretty damn important series. This honestly could still not too deep in, but this could be the difference between upper bracket and lower bracket, depending on how these results go for these teams.
That's true.
Looking at the lineups, do you prefer one? Void very slow to come online.
Honestly, I think Fnatic. I think I like Fnatic's draft. I don't think the Void was super punished. But you know, last pick Doom, it does mean that Liquid feels like they can just kind of like play for Doom to get a Midas and go late game and have this third carry that they have. So we'll see if that works out. Tania getting a D ward. Does get denied.
Yep. Unfortunate for him, but ward is gone nonetheless. And that is the power of having a Zeus on your team. To the point where, do you even bother placing a ward there?
I don't know.
Because I feel like he does this quite often. I guess it depends on if the lane that you're supposed to be in can kind of stay alive for the time being, which seems to be fine now. This is a match we don't get to see it all too often. Wyvern versus Caudle, both will kind of spam out the waves to some degree. Caudle can farm, I think, a little bit faster because he gets a lot of magic, or a lot of mana, I should say, from Chakra.
It's a weird matchup. They're just like trying so hard to out CS and deny each other because they're.
I mean, I don't see either of them killing each other without the gank. Right?
No, I don't either. 2-5 positions, playing mid essentially. This lane is a little bit weird too. 2 melee heroes versus Jug Zeus, which is a fairly decent lane. So the lane equilibrium, of course, has been pulled into the jungle, as is usual for Dota these days. Never seems to be in the lane.
That's right. Any changes to that are going to happen.
I've been thinking that for
many years.
Yeah, for years. I've been like, oh, next patch, creep cutting's gonna get nerfed, but no.
I think the issue is that a lot of like pubs, that's not going to happen. This is a pretty high level thing for the most part.
Yeah, that's true. Like, pretty regular laning happens in pubs. The thing is, like, it gives you access to like literally every hero in the offlane. And you can like have any support, any offlaner, and because you can just 50-50 worst case scenario the lane, but you can't do that as a safe lane, right? Like, there's no way to cut with the distance between the towers.
So we can see that Matu on the Juggernaut off to a pretty good start in terms of CS. A little bit of harassment in the bot lane. I mean, how much kill potential do they have between Tomato, which I assume will get time dilation with Dazzle's setup?
Yeah, he's got it. I think they have amazing kill threat. Any Dazzle lane does.
Speaking of kill threat, we got the Blade Fury in the top lane and lasts just long enough to take out the old jabs. Down goes the Timbersaw. First blood for Liquid. And, I mean, it's hilarious if you go back in time. Juggernaut Zeus lane sounds awful, but now that you have a slow,
it's good.
With the leap,
it's actually good, yeah.
It's good.
And also you can deward the camps, so you can play with the like creep equilibrium advantage, which means Jug can play close to his tower and get these spins off throughout the whole lane. And Jabs does not have a point in Timber Chain, which is normally what people would go versus Juggernaut. Instead, he opted for Whirling Death, which is going to be a little more efficient for last hitting. but not for getting harassed.
The Avalanche, just as the Blade Fury ends, Matu gets tossed back into a whirling death, but not going to be enough to find the kill. It's a healing ward just out of range. This is a stock, no cosmetic healing ward for Matu.
Yeah.
What the hell are you doing, bro?
He can't afford.
Yeah, not enough TI victories for him.
Yeah. Pretty basic juggernaut too, actually, even though he's gold tier, which is pretty high.
Yeah, very sad to see.
My man plays pubs all day. He's too busy pubbing that he can't equip items. He's just probably got items.
Yeah, but his queue times are probably like 35 minutes. That's plenty of time to look through the store. And
No, they're not,
something.
because I'm in his game, so I know that he's getting. I know that he's getting games because I'm garbage. So he's getting queued with. Maybe it's because he did have a long queue time, and that's why he's getting queued with me.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Understandable. DJ stealing the rune here, gets a nice Avatos as well. Mickey taking heavy damage as a result, but rotation from Boxy with the rebound. Nice movement speed takes Mickey out of range of the Illuminate. So the rotation from the Marcy this time, basically just to prevent a kill instead of setting one up. It's usually been the opposite from Liquid so far at this tournament.
Has been killed.
Yeah. Both heroes mid are kind of hard to kill, though. They do just stand back and nuke the creep wave.
Yep.
So this might be the one game where we don't see Marcy actually killing the mid lane, because it is a coddle. I don't know if there's another hero that stands farther away from the mid lane while mid laning.
Yeah, probably not. Bottom lane, though, Dubu has to grave himself. As you can see, a lot of right clicks coming out from Tomato. The time dilation still applied to Boxy. He's going to find the kill, and Dubu will somehow live. Zai not willing to go any further as a Scorched Earth does dissipate.
Damn, dude. Nice value point in grave there. 4 seconds.
True.
Long,
it is
long
an
enough.
early one.
And he waited to heal himself at the last possible second, which, of course, is you know, standard, but it's still a really nice bait. Like, it was enough to just barely keep him alive. I think one more tick of Scorched Earth, he's dead.
Looking at the CS, though, for the respective position ones. 34 and 15 from the Void. And Matu not that far behind. A lot less denies, though. So, Tomato just having a free game, it looks like.
The bottom play with Dubu hitting the grave reminded me of a conversation. Remember we interviewed him, and he said that he just started focusing more on playing better instead of, like, captaining as much?
Sure. I don't remember.
I will continue after this.
I'm just going to watch this a little bit here, Jenkins. DJ attempting to TP out, but that's a very ambitious one. He's going to drop. So it's going to be a walk of shame for him as Dubu. Seeing the grave again, but nice body blocks. So he is almost certainly dead. So 2 kills for Liquid, as you were saying something probably very interesting.
I think with Dubu standing in for Fnatic, he's going to feel pretty good about this, because he's not the captain of this team. He's not he doesn't have to take a role of leadership on this team. He can just focus on his own individual play, which is what he said that he was trying to focus on anyway. So obviously this is going to be more, you know, Sunby from the drafting perspective, and obviously it's Fnatic's team, so they're going to be calling the shots in the game, I would imagine.
The cool thing about TSM is they're collecting a lot of info as well for TI, because they're going to TI.
This is correct.
They're playing on 2 teams that are not TSM, so they're seeing new things, new ideas, they're having conversations. That can only help.
Yeah.
The only problem is Moon is not playing, so he's not having those combos.
Right.
But, you know, he seems like he has an open mind, so it'll be really interesting to see how that affects them going into TI.
And also getting a little bit of a break from each other.
That's true.
That's important in a relationship.
Yeah.
You gotta have space, so they get to kind of.
Is that why you sleep in separate beds from your girlfriend?
I sleep in the same bed with my hand.
Okay. Well, not yesterday's hand. That was literally missing for some reason.
That's right. That was the space. That was the space. I said I sleep in the same bed, not work.
Gotcha. Coddle has the boots of travel as Matu is going to be forced to spin TP. Jab's doing a lot of damage to him. See Insane getting a little harassment of the DJ, but no kill will come of this. Matu really low. Is he jungling right now? I thought he TP'd back to base, but it's just close to the outpost probably.
These things are so hard to kill, but they're 50 gold each. So it's such a debate. I think it's 54 gold exactly. 51, okay.
There's a range. It's not always the same.
Well, it always seems to be 54. Look, look, look.
53.
53. Oh, god damn it. Gaben's Nectar.
Yeah, the siege shot gets you again, huh?
Oh, was that siege shot?
So pretty even laning stage, I would say. Only discrepancy, I guess, just a few hundred gold between the position ones. Obviously, Matu's been kind of forced out of lane to jungle, so inevitably will be a bit slower. But yeah, Tomato, it just felt like a complete free game. What kind of item build do you want to see on this guy? We see, oh, it's going to be Hannah Midas. We've seen Mask of Madness Maelstrom a lot, but opting not to go for that.
It seems like Midas is kind of the latest, like, I don't know, fad I want to call it. Because I don't know if it's good. Well, obviously on Doom it makes sense, right? This is a hero that's going to play Midas on any patch. But I don't know if it's necessarily good, and that's why carry players are doing it. I think that it's just a response to other carries getting Midas is to get Midas.
Right.
And so it's like a solution to it that doesn't really require much thinking, if that makes sense. It's like I think the meta is changing towards like carries going Midas, but some carry will figure out how to punish the other carry going Midas. Maybe some early defusal pickups that you start, rushing the enemy team, whatever. But for now, I think like Matumba probably would get a Midas as well. Oh no, he's going Maelstrom build actually. So the guy that invented the Midas carry.
Yeah, that's the whole mind game though, right?
Yeah, there it is.
He's in the jungle, so you can't really see what he's buying.
He's like, look at these idiots buying Midas because I was doing it. Now there's a Midas void on the enemy team.
Yeah,
it's actually the long con.
That makes sense, and we'll see if it pays off for Tomato or not. But, I mean, it's not like it's a completely worthless item otherwise. The attack speed is extremely good for Void, obviously. As Dubu is going to get disposed. Avalanche is going to miss, but the Grave keeping Dubu nice and healthy. Is Boxy getting slowed by Bryle. Toss back from DJ. Nice combo. And the tree cuts off the head of Boxy. And there's Tomato's first Chronosphere of the game, used for a support kill onto Mickey. Bryle steals it, of course.
Yes, naturally. And Bryle... Ping. Oh, not this again. Oh no. Bryle's pretty farmed. He's going for the Vessel. Got those boots of travel. Once he has the Vessel, that's great against the healing ward. Wyvern has heals as well. Doom, high HP. Marcy, high HP. Not so good against Jug. He can obviously spin it off, but if you do catch him after the spin, which you can force with Caudle's other abilities, it's decent. I'm curious if maybe he goes for like an Orchid after that to like try to kill the Jug. But then again, they have the Faceless Void Chrono, so maybe they think like, Brawl could just go BKB or something.
I mean, Orchid kind of forces Matu to try and build Manta maybe.
It does.
You don't really want to these days as much. It used to be like the complete standard play, but we've been seeing people go like super greedy builds, although he's opting not to go Midas this time, but still.
No.
I feel like Manta is not something you want necessarily.
No. It just doesn't feel like a great item. It feels like a necessity on some heroes, but one of those necessities that you never fight around a Manta timing. I think that says something about the item, that it doesn't really speed up your farming that much, like a Battle Fury. But you
we've seen
don't
so
fight
many
around it.
we've seen so many fights where you have Yasha ultimate orb, you don't even bother with you don't wait that extra few hundred gold for the recipe before you fight.
Yeah.
Like if the fight comes, then you're like, okay,
You just
we're
go,
not
yeah,
waiting.
yeah. You got the stats already. So it's just, that's a pretty weak item. Also, I think the fact that like Sanjin Kaya and like the other like small sword based items are really strong. Like Sanjin Yasha is also very strong. So
Sanjin Yasha is very strong.
Decent. It's a decent item. Yeah, I think it's good. I think it's better than Manta. I think it's like a B tier item, and Manta's probably like C tier, maybe even D. Because
Wow.
like,
What's an F tier item?
what's an F tier item in Dota? Meteor Hammer.
Meteor Hammer.
Meteor Hammer is garbage.
Okay. Odie doesn't pick it up anymore. OD's not picked
Not
anymore.
really. I think if Meteor Hammer was better, then OD would get picked up as a hero.
Treant Protector, Phoenix, those are the 3 heroes that buy Meteor Hammer.
No, they don't really get that when you. I mean, Phoenix is just refresher rush. That's how pathetic Meteor Hammer is. The Phoenix is like, I'm just gonna refresh all my spells once in the fight.
I think it's probably for the best that it's not a great item.
Why?
Not a big fan.
You're not conceptually a fan.
I'm not a fan of an item you can buy that does damage to buildings.
Okay.
If it didn't do damage to buildings and they like sped up the timer or something, then I think it'd be okay. I don't know. Not a fan of that.
I'm not for or against it. I don't really feel that strong.
It's called being neutral.
That's strong about it. Yeah, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I do think an item like Vessel. You know what? Actually, I think I'd say I'm probably for it now that I'm that I'm actually pontificating about it.
Pontificate.
Yeah, because I want some way of dealing damage to towers. So that the thing I like about Dota is that you can pick any draft basically, and you can solve problems with your draft by getting items. Like it seems like there's items that can do anything, and so it makes Dota all about power spikes.
Hey, you see the levels? Look at how off-center they are.
Yeah, I see those.
What the heck?
Can we get those back up again?
What the
scoreboard.
heck?
What happened there?
That is so. It's not. Oh, it's not on my computer though. Okay.
Oh, I see. It's
Must
like
be a resolution.
It's like a.
Huh.
Okay.
Sorry about that production. Didn't mean to bring that up.
Something happened there.
See the levels there. That's a little bit more clean. Appreciate that.
This is not Comic Sans or something like
Dire's
that.
middle tower is under attack.
That is true. That actually does translate sometimes if you change the font on your computer, depending on what.
It's true.
What you're looking at is Liquid smoking up. Boxy looking for a dispose onto Bryle. And Zai has the Doom available, but Bryle super fast. Boxy, he's going to get some vision. Has nothing to rebound off of quite yet. And his teammate, which he'll do. Winter's Curse is there as well. You can see the TP coming in. And Bryle, he's going to get graved a little bit prematurely. Zai looking for a potential Doom target. But instead, we're going to see jabs on this Timbersaw chasing Matu out instead. So the Marcy is punished.
Matu's
and Matu,
dead, man.
he is super dead. Doom comes out a little bit late. The Omnislash kept the Jug alive just a little bit longer, but it's still 2-0 in favor of Fnatic. And Bryle was the intended target at the beginning of this, but he's going to live, and they're going to find 3 kills after Insania drops the bucket. Double kill for Bryle, and even Mickey might be dead. Tomato comes in with the time dilation, and that is a huge punish onto Team Liquid.
How did that Timber Chain not connect? I'm calling BS on this ability. This ability feels really hard to hit now. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Really good positioning from Bryle. Like, the discipline from him to run back and position in the tower. It was like, he's in the right area to bait, but then also, and is that word from prior to the engagement? So it was. So he sees the move and runs into the tower. But he's doing this really annoying like lane holding thing down here, where he's making it just a pain to take this bottom tower. And of course they have the tower advantage top. So the longer and longer he stays down here, the more Liquid feels like they have to make a move on him. And obviously it didn't work out that time. They even brought the Kumba Man to that. And he's going back for a Midas. I see. Here we go.
Yeah. We've been seeing people get behind early, and their catch-up, what they think is a catch-up, is the Midas. Hasn't really worked out. I mean, you have to look at the stats. I feel like if that gank went successfully, he would not be getting Midas right now. Could be wrong.
I don't know.
But they were punished pretty hard. I mean, he had to use Omnislash, and that was more of a defensive measure than anything, but they got absolutely nothing out of that gank attempt.
And surprisingly, Fnatic is... The gold lead is actually going the way of Liquid. Trending the way of Liquid with that ancient stack that they just took. But, man, Jabs is huge. Level 11 on Timber. He's got a Kaya coming. He's going for the greedy build, but I'm very tanky build. If you're like above a certain level, if you're above a certain threshold, you go for this build. And it feels like no matter what the enemy team pumps into you, they just can't kill you. Like their spells are not high enough level to match your HP and your regen.
Well, he's gonna try to go on top of Insania here. Has to be a bit careful. There's more where that came from Liquid's side. He's getting slowed perpetually as Insania is on the run. Chakram connects. And can he get the distance here? Has to be a little bit careful. Boxy's here, but does find the Whirling Death kill and might be punished though. And in fact, Zai is in the area with the Doom. If you really
my
want
God,
to
he got a
use
double
it,
kill.
Jabs somehow with a double kill, but eventually brought down. So 2 supports for him. Maybe Liquid's okay with that. It did take a bit of a rotation, but I guess the gold is actually even.
I don't think Liquid's okay with that. That's a double solo kill for Timber. What level is he compared to everybody else? He's now the highest level in the game. Bryle only has a little bit more XP because he is still alive right now, but that solo kill, like that double solo kill, basically puts him in like mid laner territory in terms of his XP and gold in the game.
The higher you get, the
what?
more you fall.
Why are you?
I don't know.
It's not even that hard of a saying to remember. It's very simple.
It's that carrot cake from earlier is really messing with my head. DJ, he's dropped. So Liquid's starting to get a few kills under their belt now. Just like that carrot
I
cake.
feel like I just had a stroke.
I have a lot of those mini strokes.
You say that, and then the screen like faded to black. I don't know if that was on the screen. I was like, am I in a cutscene?
We have the Doom used by Zai, but you can see he's outnumbered completely right now. Solarbind is there. Curse is going to buy him a little bit of space, but he just slowed to a crawl. Has to pop his BKB, and the Doom essentially used just to silence the Timber Saw, and he should be able to grab this kill onto Zai eventually, despite that BKB being such a long active time. And they do punish it eventually, but yeah, that fade to black was like the finale of Sopranos. Pretty sure everybody died in that one.
Did we enter into like another universe in the multiverse? Is that what just happened?
Is it the bigger you get, the harder you fall?
Yeah, it's not that complicated. What? I don't understand.
All good. Into the Roche pit we go. Just going to ignore everything I say from
As
here
we
on
know,
out.
for Roshan, he's a big boy. The bigger you are, the harder you fall.
That's right. He should do like damage when he dies, like a little explosion.
Yeah, martyrdom sort of situation. Yeah.
Looks like it's a freebie though, so Mod is going to get a nice Aegis for himself. And looks like his next item will be the Lincoln Sphere to be able to counteract that
Curse, Doom, Marcy, grab, dispose. Doesn't work against Omni, doesn't do anything against Zeus, but yeah, 3 out of 5, it's excellent.
I feel like Curse target for Void, not top priority. Somebody next to Void.
Yeah, that's right, that's true. I guess the thing is, like, if he chronos, and there's no allies in the chrono, he knows that he can... he's not going to get that interrupted. But then again, you can just cold embrace the person as well.
True.
Yeah, one thing that I did think about during that last fight is, like, you saw how pathetic the Winter's Curse was with Timber Saw hitting. That's like a big reason people used to pick Timber into Wyvern, is that you cold embrace somebody and it's free setup for Timber to absolutely obliterate somebody. And if you curse the Timber or the hero that's around Timber, he just doesn't care, no matter how much network he has.
Boxy looking for an opening on Tomato, who's going to go aggressively in with the time lock. DJ, the Avatos back into Tomato. Boxy is forced to use his Unleash, but he is slowed horribly, so didn't use that to dispel the Solar Blind. Nice timing from Bryle. Leads to a kill on the Marcy, and Tier 1 tower is available for the taking. Fnatic, 4K lead with the Aegis. We'll see how much they're able to get out of the Aegis. How many outer towers? I mean, this Tier 1 tower, this is an 18.5 minutes, a bit late. Better late than never, that's another saying that I did remember this time.
Let's not have a stroke on this one. Please.
Midas timing, Tomato, come on now. Come on now, Tomato, there you go.
You should be able to Midas this Ice Ogre guy, because he's so pathetic.
Useless.
He's so useless and pathetic. Yeah.
Is there
Ancient Ice Shaman.
How much XP do the small ones give?
Who cares?
Compared to like a big camp? Like, why can't those be Midas?
I guess that's true.
They feel on par, if not worse, than the big camp.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you there. God, you're so good at balancing games.
I know. That's a good buff to Midas, which we definitely need because it's being bought every single game.
That's right, that's right.
Regardless of if you're
Not
up
good
or
enough.
down. If you're the big boy or the small boy. Zai. see Jabs here, who is extremely tanky, as you said. So Hood, SNK, level 14. Working on this next item already.
Dude, Insania is very
Is
lucky
that
there.
another Midas? Click on Tiny, please.
No way, not Tiny.
Has
He's
it
getting a
queued-
Midas.
He has it queued up. As Bryle, he's going to snag himself a kill on Deboxy while I was distracting the observer, as I always do.
I am shocked that this is turning into a Midas patch. That's crazy. I mean, I guess if you know that you're going to have a stranglehold on the map and that you're just going to be forcing the enemy team into the base for the next, you know, 20, 30 minutes, like a lot of games seem to be shellackings and snowballs. Why not just Midas and get more out of the map that you're farming?
Yeah, but I think, yeah, you're right. There has been quite a bit of one-sided games.
And people run around together, right? Like people stick as a unit. And often there's a jungle that's unfarmed, but it's just protected because you're in this unit defending it.
Tomato, he has the Aegis still for a little bit. Here's DJ with the Avalanche, not really going to connect though. Curse finds its way onto Tomato. So they should be able to get rid of that Aegis. Indeed they do, but they have to worry about the counteract here from Fnatic. Zai comes in, gets the nice Doom target onto Bryle. He's tossed to safety, and look how fast he is. He is perfectly fine, and Tomato's just going to time walk away. Actually, he's going to come back in with that shard, a triple Chronosphere. He's going to be able to take out Boxy right off the bat. Zeus looks to be next. Mid-leap dies, and the Omni Slash not used to full effect. And Fnatic getting everything they want in this fight, and Matu has to try and run, but the time lock keeping him in place. Avalanche misses, but he was in Blade Fury anyway. Doesn't matter. 4 dead, all for an Aegis, and I feel like they didn't think he was going to come back in with that time lock.
No, they didn't. I was going to say
that reverse time lock was sick.
That is like what people theory crafted about reverse time lock when it got added to the game, and I've never seen that happen before where you like bait this false sense of security. The way that you usually see this ability used is just the time walk in and then time dilation and then reverse time walk out, right? It's like it's never that effective. That might be the most effective use of it that I've seen.
Yeah.
At least on this patch.
Yeah, they go on Jabs, but Jabs like, I don't think you can kill me, man. I really don't. You don't have Doom, obviously. And Infernal Blade does do percentage-based damage. That is something you have to be a bit careful about, but he's perfectly fine.
Are you vicariously living through him? You said me.
What? What did I say?
You said he can't kill me. You're really enjoying the...
No, I was pretending to be.
Listen, I do the same.
That wasn't a stroke.
I do the same as an offlaner. It's like, I put myself in their shoes.
Well, I said Jabs is saying, and then I said that.
You didn't say Jabs is saying.
It's implied.
You had another mini stroke, I think.
Boy, that character is really deleting brain cells today, it seems.
We're down from 2 to 1, bro. Between us, I think.
Fnatic now have a commanding 11k lead. Roshan, we won't know for a couple minutes, but the tier 2 tower looks like it will be Fnatic's without any sort of contest. So they're smoking up, thinking that Liquid might be playing, try to defend this tier 2 tower, but you can see that is definitely not the case. And Lincoln Sphere now on Jab, so he doesn't have to worry about Doom unless they got something to proc. I mean, there's Arc Lightning. They actually don't have that many great... That might be the only one. I guess there's Mana Burn.
He's holding the Mana Burn for that, yeah. I mean...
But that's going to give him enough time to try to counteract it, theoretically.
Yeah, exactly. Like, press Caudal ult and then just walk away, for example. Like, it gives him so much move speed. It feels like Zai needs some other sort of Lincoln's Break. And then he needs the Centaur Stomp. Otherwise, I feel like Bryle just walks away.
12k lead for Fnatic. Mickey trying.
Oh, he got it.
Avalanche. Mickey spotted out, being an annoying pile of garbage. Tomato not even bothering to go for the kill, just Midas and creeps and continuing on with his day.
You can't Midas a Winter Wyvern, so...
That's true. I feel like if you're low enough net worth, you should be able to. Obviously, the Wyvern was mid this time, though.
Yeah, that is a mid Wyvern.
If you're last place in net worth, maybe you should be Midas.
I feel like that's a huge buff to Midas and a huge nerf to supports that already struggle.
Yeah, that's right.
Just gonna, like... So many people will quit Dota because they'll have to play one game of 5 position. Just never want to play again, just in case.
Well, technically, that's the 10th position you have to worry about, right? You have to be last.
Oh, complete last, dead
Yeah,
last.
dead
Okay,
last.
that's more fair. Because that person's really pathetic.
Much more
Dire's
interesting.
middle
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
BKB is the next thing for Tomato. And they're going to try to play this around the next Rosh. No big surprise. I love the fact that he bought the shard instead of waiting for the second Rosh, which we do see sometimes. The shard just gives you so much more freedom. It's not even about the reverse time walk, because like you said, most of the time it's a bit of a meme. The range is insane.
Yeah.
Like, time walk almost feels unusable until you get shard. It's such a short distance.
It's true. It's kind of a boring reason that it's so good, but it is very good. Yeah, and one other thing about Tomatoes, I like that his build is so defensive in this game. It's boxy. He does bring the smoke.
Yep.
And gets out.
Okay.
Okay.
Fine. Blink dagger.
Yeah.
Tomato time to Midas.
Are scanning.
Here we go.
Radiant are
Oh,
scanning.
Used
he
it.
used it. Very nice. Oh, and a bounty room.
Yeah.
Acceptable.
Matu, we've seen this time. Oh, the
Oh,
Chronosphere!
wow, right at the edge.
Tomato does it again. And we've been seeing a lot of this, like, BKB TP, Blade Fury TP. Like, a lot of it was from EG because we did cast them quite a bit, but it has been punished, like, pretty consistently.
It has. We're in a Wyvern Doom patch, and now Void in this game. There's a good amount of stuff to cancel it.
Yep.
I mean, that was clutch, though. That was right at the edge with like 2.2 seconds left on the TP or something.
Moxie can dispose into the curse, but not a lot of right-click action coming from Timbersaw himself, but it does set up Zai to be able to get off the Doom. Thunder God's Wrath to follow. So we're getting a little retribution from Matu as the Dazzle does drop, but you can see Timbersaw is perfectly fine. And Fnatic having absolutely no problem shrugging this off for the most part. DJ getting a bit low, though. That would be a nice pick-off for Zai if he's able to find it. But in the end, he gets the Ava tossed back into the wave, and now Zai has to be careful. Solar Bind slow, and Tomato's coming for ya. Cold Embrace is just going to delay the inevitable. Double kill for Jabs, and this game is just about over. Fnatic just dominating this game number one.
Yeah, Sunspan, you're doing really well this game. 8-2-5 on the Timbersaw.
Thank you.
Picked up the gem in the fight as well that went down.
Did I do it again?
No, I'm just giving you shit. Yeah, he does get the gem. He's also got a Lincoln Sphere. Did get canceled, but man, dooming him it just doesn't feel. It doesn't feel like it's doing anything. But
Does that punch not block Lincoln's? Does Lincoln's not block that punch?
which punch?
From the Ogre creep, from Keith the Bull.
No, it's AOE. It's ground targeted.
Oh, it's ground.
Yeah, it is. It's the strangest. It's like vector targeted. I don't know if you get the creep on like Chener Enchantress. Like no other ability in Dota I think works like it does.
Huh.
Because it's only in front of the guy. Like it's got this weird targeting on it that made me think like this was a hero that they were gonna put in, and then they're like, this is so bad, let's just throw it on a stupid ogre in the jungle.
I mean, it feels kind of like Walrus Punch, too. It's like boring. It's percentage-based HP, though.
Is it?
Yeah, that's why it's so good.
What?
It's like a ridiculously long channel time.
It's yeah. Okay.
Percentage-based HP.
I gotta find one of these in the jungle. I didn't know that because they're so useless and worthless. They never hit their spell. So
They just did. Tomato with the Aegis Shard on the Keeper of the Light, so he's going to have a recall ability, which used to be a base ability, which used to be part of the ultimate, which used to be a base ability before that. They've changed this about 10,000 times.
this would be the 10,001th.
Yes. Probably better that is a Shard. There's
Percent,
Ogre Smash.
8% of current HP.
That's right.
It's like the most useless thing.
That's decent. 200 plus 8% is quite a bit. Matu, he's in a bit of trouble. There's the Chronosphere. No save in sight, and he's brought down before an Omni slash King Kong. That double damage certainly helped Tomato. Looks like Insania in the trees. Oh, they might have spotted him. Yep, time dilation. Oh, he's going to get sheeped mid-jump, and 3 shots is enough for Tomato. Meanwhile, top lane, Dubu.
Daboo.
He might drop here. He's going to get healed by a decent amount thanks to the Shadow Wave in the grave, and they're going to turn this around to Zai, but he pops the BKB. Now on the run.
Bash?
Tomato just looking for the old basharoo. And Zai likely will not be able to blink anytime soon. Avatos. That'll do it. 21k for Fnatic. And on to the high ground, I would assume they go. All right, their building damage is not particularly good, I suppose. I mean, it's
Void.
It's Void. I mean, if you get like the flamethrower, that would definitely help.
Middle
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
This is a support tiny, so not gonna be that much damage.
Flamethrower has been nerfed quite a lot. I see a lot of people skipping it. Although, Matt, is this coming out on the courier? Is that what he? No.
No, they're just finding yet another kill to their name. Fnatic looking pretty damn good this game. As Tomato and company to be taking out Liquid in game number 1, but Liquid still have some fight in them. 22k lead down. I mean, what does Matu have? He has the Scotty, so he does have some items. He's got the Blade Fury, they're going to force it out. Now without that, gonna have to be a bit careful. Still 40 seconds for the chrono though. Time dilation comes in. Tomato kind of just playing with his food. Still 2.5 minutes on Aegis on top of this, so he has absolutely no fear of dying. We're just gonna wait for this chrono.
Back out? Okay.
I would assume.
Alright.
Can we click on the talents for Void? Alright, he took the attack speed during chrono, which is disgusting. Of course, Cold Embrace could ruin that.
Yeah, it could.
But if you get 2 targets, then you have to pick your poison. But on top of the Mjolnir, it's pretty absurd how much damage output this guy can get.
Yeah, that is a strange talent when they changed that. I remember the 20 talents before were also pretty good.
Are you surprised he didn't go for the time lock damage? Because both theoretically work with this build, right?
No, I think the attack speed is just like strictly more damage, to be honest.
But it's during a short period of time, right?
Yeah, it's the only time you're really attacking.
And we've seen this story before. The Doom onto Bryle, but he's faster than everybody on the entire map. Thunder God's Wrath comes out, but Zai in that BKB form, just being pursued relentlessly from Jabs and company. Jabs is just beating the crap out of everybody. But they do take out Tomato's Aegis. Matu does have the Omni Slash as well, but Tomato jumps in, looking to take out Jabs. You can see, or the Matu, I should say. The Omni
double
Slash
Omni
is reflected, so it's completely wasted from Matu. And Tomato with the solo chrono takes out the Wyvern and Matu in turn. Lead grows even more for Fnatic as they lose nobody.
And straight down mid.
Yep. 60 seconds of no Matu, no buyback available for him. And they could theoretically, if they knew this, just go for Throne, but take this a little more conservatively.
Yeah, they got a big creep wave
GG
top.
is
Oh,
called.
okay, GG.
30-6, another shellacking.
Yeah, it felt over. It felt like they could have called GG like 10 minutes ago. Obviously, you always look for a way back into the game. I'm not saying you should call GG 10 minutes ago, but it did feel like the game was over for a long time before it ended.
I think we... Boy, this is going to be a lot of shellackings in a short period of time.
We're really power creeping, which is an issue.
That was... I would say it's a even though it was 30-6...
Wait. I'll see if I can guess. I would say that was